I like the feeling, like the rush that it gives. You know what I'm saying? It's like it forces you to open your headspace to have that. You know what I'm saying? To know what it's like to be like in that type of environment.
I don't know, babe. I like my air conditioner.
You got windows and everything. I mean, you got natural airflow coming in.
Babe, I like my air conditioner forced cold.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 200K. And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
I spent 3 fun days and I've arrived into Senegal, and my first stop here is the Fatala Reserve.
It look nice. Oh, I'm like, it look nice.
I'm staying in Fatala Lodge in this beautiful luxury tent, which brings a little bit more comfort to the safari experience. The camp was really nice and peaceful, and I wasted no time and headed over for a nice safari game drive. It is quite a big reserve, and there's quite a lot of different really beautiful animals and a lot of birds as well. I was quite surprised by the variety of birds actually.
Okay.
I met a bunch of giraffes, which I was really happy about because I've never been this close to them. And I also got to meet some zebras who were really chilled, and interestingly, we were allowed to get off the jeep.
Oh.
My first day in Senegal was an absolute triumph, and I really enjoyed staying in Fatala Reserve. But
I mean, as you can hear, you know, CEO's asked me, and I always ask wifey too, would you do this in an experience like this, had we pull up? You know, and just thinking out loud, like anywhere you go, you can't go to a location and not do the heart of the experience, which is really the moment of that location. You know what I'm saying? Like the safari, you can't pull up and not go to safari.
Right.
New Orleans, you can't go to New Orleans and not eat a certain style of dish that caters to New Orleans. Like, it's all about where you at. And yeah, so to answer your question, I probably would.
You would?
Yeah.
You will be the one who's doing the experience for both of us, right?
Yeah, just like when we was in Florida and I hopped out just to go touch them big old walking birds.
Swans.
That wasn't a swan.
Crane.
Them cranes, yeah. Them big tall, they tall like me, and I'm 6+, yo. So you can only imagine.
Yeah, I was about to beat you up too. And hopefully that won't happen there.
Zebras, they don't look like they attack nobody, do they?
They was just fighting.
Each other.
Okay. I mean, I guess it seems like a safe experience.
I have to do it just to have that experience.
Yeah, me, on the other hand, I'll be on a swivel.
Just don't holler. Then start everything, and then they start running towards me, and that would be bad.
Something more interesting for next morning. My second day in Senegal was really exciting, perhaps the most exciting one, because I got to meet these beautiful lions and did the lion walk in Fatala Reserve before heading out.
Okay.
It is a really surreal experience, and I was really scared, nervous, and excited all at the same time.
They are huge.
With adrenaline rushing through my veins, I am heading to my next stop, which is actually the sacred baobab, the largest baobab tree in Senegal. It is not just about the baobab, it's quite a rural setting, and the area is really peaceful and also really beautiful. But the star of today is Saloum National Park. This is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Most importantly, it is famous for its diversity of birds.
I'll do the boat ride in a heartbeat, just to have that silence.
It's an area of incredible beauty, and I always love mangroves, so it made it even better for me, because there's so much peace and quiet when you actually go through these beautiful channels. What made it really special for me is that we went on a boat. So these are traditional brightly colored boats. They don't use the rows anymore and they use engines, but it was still really good because you get to experience it in local style. I got to see so many different kinds of birds, and the day ended with a really beautiful sunset over Saloum Delta. I'm sure you want to find out some more exciting, amazing places to visit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so I can bring you some more. It is my third day in Senegal, and it is going to be quite different from the first two. I've just arrived on the Shell Island, and it is something I've never seen before. This is actually an island made entirely of the shells.
What?
The streets are entirely made of shells, and it's a little weird to walk on them first, but you get used to it. It's a really colorful island, and after a little walk around, we started heading to the next little island close by, and that's the Shell Island Cemetery, which is also entirely made of shells.
Never knew.
Different.
My guide here was really nice. He was a local guy who told me a lot of interesting customs and cultures, which I don't think I would know if I just came here on my own.
Okay, y'all gonna have to tell us about the shells.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any place that's been fully covered.
In shells, strictly shells.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I know we can definitely get us like a shell bead or necklace or something.
Right. I'm
That'd be
thinking the only thing I can think of, again, I'm not no environmental specialist, scientist, none of that. But the only thing I could think of is like if it was once underwater.
Right.
I don't know. And, yeah, let us know.
Or it's just like it. Well, I could just stick with what you said. It was underwater at one point and it just kind of came.
Yeah.
I'm arriving
So
in
you kinda
Dakar
like that?
tonight, but
Yeah.
before that, there's a quick stop to make because who doesn't love to see more animals? I'm heading to Bandia Reserve on the way to Dakar. It was a day of good guides because I found a really funny guide. She was amazing. She told us so many little stories about the animals there. They don't have any predators in Bandia.
Oh,
I
We
like
only
this.
saw the hyenas in a little enclave, which was a little sad, but everything else was roaming around. And we got to see some interesting monkeys. And at the end, we got to the crocodile pool. A pool literally full of crocodiles.
Okay.
It's my fourth day in Senegal, and I am in the capital, Dakar. Now, truth be told, I actually did all of these places in 2 days because it's a little tight on time. If you want to do all of this in one day, it's actually not possible. I'm starting my day by heading to the Gori Island, which is really nice. And honestly, you should not miss it no matter what, even if you have 1 day in Dakar. It's really colorful, it's so much fun to walk around, and there's a bit of a history lesson when you go to the slave house as well.
Definitely need that.
Yeah.
The island is quite small and you can easily walk
Right.
around, and there's also a really beautiful beach here.
They speak French, right? Senegal?
Senegal, I believe so.
Yeah, because I'm seeing the French architecture, and it just made me, have that link. We haven't covered much of Senegal,
Right,
but
right.
we would like to. But some of the videos are in the French subtitles, so we're not able to understand it. So if you know of a video that we should react to, drop it in our reaction request form, all right?
Facts.
We'd like to cover it.
I got to explore some other highlights of Dakar as well. This includes the cathedral of the city, which has a really simple and elegant but beautiful dome. The Mosque of Divinity, which is really colorful and the only multi-level mosque I've ever been to. Then followed by that is the African Renaissance Monument, which is actually taller than the Statue of Liberty.
I really want to see that.
But I wanted to check out the Ngor Island, which is on the other side. And honestly, if you're short on time, I would recommend skipping this. Although it was really beautiful and colorful as well, it was quite crowded and the beach was not as nice as Gori. And my absolute favorite spot in Dakar, the westernmost point in all of Africa.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been
the
really
Pink
excited
Lake.
about visiting the Pink Lake ever since I
we've heard
started
of
planning
this
for
one.
Senegal
Yeah.
because everyone mentions it and obviously the idea is amazing. Well, today is the day for that. Well, except when I arrived, the lake was not pink anymore. I am here right after the rainy season, and because of all the rainfall, all the salt has dissolved and the lake is a normal body of water. Nothing pink about it. I was quite disappointed by it, but that was soon to be left behind because we went on a crazy Jeep ride. It was a really old Jeep and I was really scared, but it was really, really fun because of so much adrenaline rush, and we went on a really beautiful stretch of beach. I was scared throughout that Jeep ride, but we switched to our normal car and headed to Saint Louis. Senegal is the old French colonial capital of Senegal as well as Mauritania, and it's a really colorful island which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The bridge that connects the island of Saint Louis to the new city is wrongly famous because I think it was made by Gustave Eiffel. Well, not the case, but it's a beautiful bridge.
See, that look like home in Louisiana because of the architecture. So I'm able to, it just reminds me of home.
Yeah.
And we still have those buildings.
Yeah, and I can't deny the feeling. It feels right. It does. Right. And I don't know what else to say about it, but it feels right. Like, when you can look at something or be in a location and you just feel like you're a part of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And I feel like in a way that kind of connects, I was going to say it connects us through, all of our colonial past. When we talk about, all the places that was impacted by it. Because when we go to show y'all places where we're from and grew up, those videos will come out soon. When we go to show y'all that, y'all will see some places that are identical.
Right, yeah.
And places that y'all may know about if y'all were under a French territory.
Yeah.
So it just reminds us of home.
Mm-hmm.
The island next to the historical center has a fisherman village, which ends at a really beautiful beach. Well, I was quite tired, so I decided to just not do anything else and go enjoy a beautiful sunset. Bonjour from Saint Louis. It is time to explore the historic center of this really colorful island. Well, you can easily do it on foot. There's no problem walking around at all. But I just got myself a horse carriage because I wanted to experience it without sweating a lot. It's a really hot day.
What was that?
The tour was quite interesting. I got to see so many interesting buildings that I probably would have missed myself, and also some local customs and cultures, and some interesting quirky places like a mosque with a church bell. The tour also took me to the nearby fisherman village where I got to see how they live. They're quite nice people and there's so many kids around. It was fun to explore it a little bit as well. The tour lasted about 3 hours, and after that I got some lunch, and then I walked around on my own to find some more interesting buildings that I'd seen during the tour, and I wanted to experience a little bit more up close. I rested a little bit after lunch and then headed to the Lumpul Desert. It's my last day in Senegal and I'm going to be spending half of it here in Lumpul and the rest of it on the way to Dakar to get my flight in the night. I stayed in this really nice camp, which was quite nice and much better than expected because it was not touted as a luxury experience, but it was a luxury experience.
I like the feeling, like the rush that it gives. You know what I'm saying? It's like it forces you to open your headspace to have that. You know what I'm saying? To know what it's like to be like in that type of environment.
I don't know, babe. I like my air conditioner.
You got windows and everything. I mean, you got natural airflow coming in.
Babe, I like my air conditioner forced cold.
Then you have to find a time that fits the tip that you need it to be in.
When it's cold.
Or when it's getting to that point. You know, that transition stage.
Yeah. You don't want it too cold.
Right.
I don't know, y'all.
Yes,
I'm thinking about animals. Listen, I'm not a country girl like that now.
First thing I looked at is the tent and how they open and close it. So how it's going to be at night when it's closed tight.
I don't know. The only way I would do this is if they had, like, the hotel part. With the air conditioners, and, it's optional if you wanted to go out there.
All y'all need is good food. All y'all need is some good food, and she's straight. As long as you're eating right, you're good.
Yeah, inside. Not outside. Thinking about bugs.
Okay, we're gonna keep going.
Experience with an outdoor shower as well.
Oh, I would do that for the experience.
I explored the rest of my morning exploring the dunes around, which was quite fun. And then there was some camel riding, but I preferred to spend some time with the camels on their own instead of riding them. So I gave that a miss.
I would do that.
The days are much hotter in Lumpur, so after lunch I started heading over to Dakar, picked my bags, and then headed to the airport to come back to
that's
London.
That's a wrap, man. He said he headed back to London. That's a cool experience, man. He showed some nice locations. Again, he had some locations that wasn't, you know, predatory, so you didn't have to worry about all the animals attacks. Like hyenas, though. Hyenas a give and take.
Yeah.
If you don't have like food on you or nothing.
Oh, I don't know. But he did show us two different types of safaris, so that was nice to know that the option is there. We haven't seen much of Senegal. I think we covered like a video that just told us about the towns. I mean, the cities or the states or something like that. But
forecasting
this was our first time really covering Senegal. I like what I saw.
Yeah.
How about you?
I did too. Dove in the streets with it, and I like that he didn't just stay in one spot. Like he said, I'm gonna ride this and I'm gonna hop up and walk here, and yeah, he really showed a lot.
Yeah, that was cool to see. All right, y'all. So make sure you go support him. Thanks for watching this video with us. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.